Hi, accounting students. You will be completing a timed exam. We will walk through the completion of a timed exam in Wiley. After clicking on the exam and loading it, you will be given a warning. Please read this warning in its entirety so you understand the process of completing the exam. This exam contains 2 questions. This is a timed exam and there is a 5-minute deadline to complete it. The timer will begin once you access a question. So once again, here is a warning that it's a timed assignment. Now remember that the submit button is very important when you are completing an exam. This is the first question. So let's go ahead and begin recording questions or answers. The company performed 19,000 of services on credit. So I'm going to enter the 19,000 into accounts receivable and the 19,000 into revenues. Here is the timer that's located up here. This will show that there is still 5 minutes remaining. So let's go ahead and answer the number 2. The company received $19,000 in cash. So the cash goes up, and it's from customers who had been billed for services in transaction 1. So this would go down. Accounts receivable goes down by $19,000. Now let's say we want to move on to the second question. If you leave this assignment without saving for later, you will lose all of your work. So we're going to move on to the brief exercise 1-5. But let's say, did I save any work? No, because you did not save any work, nothing has been saved here, so you would have to redo all of the work. So remember, if you are completing an assignment, any partial work, you want to go ahead and save it. So we had increased accounts receivable by 19,000 and revenues by 19,000. We had increased cash by 19,000 and decreased accounts receivable by 19,000. Now we are going to save for later. And now let's go on to the brief exercise 1-5. But here, we have a warning. 3 minutes are remaining. Make sure you do not have any unsubmitted work. This is telling you if you do not submit your work, you will not get credit for it. So that's very important. So let's go ahead and click on OK. Saving for later does count as submitted work. However, if we had done some work and we had not clicked on anything, that will not be a submit. So in other words, you would not get any credit. So if we look at brief exercise 1-5, that's the second one, we're going to indicate whether it's an asset, liability, or owner's equity. So accounts receivable is an asset, salaries and wages payable is a liability, equipment is an asset, supplies, asset, owner's capital, owner's equity, and notes payable is a liability. We are going to want to submit the answer. All right, here you notice we have 2 minutes remaining. So if we go back up here, now I have already saved my answers for 1 and 2. You'll see that. So let's go ahead and answer number 3. The company received a bill of $3,100 for advertising but will not pay it until a later date. All right, so let's go ahead and we are going to, they're not paying it. Let's go ahead and increase our accounts payable for $3,100, and our expenses will be recorded, and because they reduce owner's equity will record that as minus 3,100. Now notice up here it's in red. There's only 1 minute remaining, so at this point I probably want to hit the save for later button, and then if I run out of time, I will at least have 3/4 of this problem submitted, and I can get partial credit for this one question. All right, so let's see if we can finish this in time. M. Alberti withdrew $5,500 cash from the business for personal use. The cash goes down by $5,500, and that's owner's drawing, so we're going to put minus $5,500 because drawings reduces owner's equity. And at this point we do have time, so we want to submit the answer. So here you will see both questions have been answered. And now we have the warning, okay, any work that you did not submit did not get credit. All right, so if you've got any questions before you begin the exam, please go back and read the directions so that you understand the exam completion. Good luck on this exam.